Debra Morgan spent her entire life chasing the truth, only to discover it was living right beside her. She trusted her brother with everything: her fears, her failures, her identity, and that trust slowly destroyed her. This isn't just a story about siblings. It's a story about loyalty, denial, and what happens when love collides with something it was never meant to survive. From the very beginning, Debra needed Dexter more than she realized. She was insecure, constantly doubting herself, and desperate to prove she belonged. Dexter became her emotional anchor, the one person who never judged her, never left, never failed her. Whenever Debra felt lost, she ran to Dexter, and that dependence would later become her greatest weakness. Dexter did care about Debra, but his version of care came with conditions. He protected her, he watched over her, but he also lied to her, constantly. Because for Dexter, love was never allowed to threaten his secret. And every time he chose silence over honesty, he quietly pushed Debra closer to disaster. Debra shared everything with Dexter. Dexter shared almost nothing with Debra. That imbalance mattered, because trust only works when it goes both ways. And in this relationship, only one person was truly exposed. When Debra finally learns the truth, it isn't just shocking, it's devastating. Her brother isn't who she thought he was. And suddenly, every memory, every conversation, every moment of trust feels poisoned. This is where their relationship stops being complicated and becomes tragic. Debra is faced with an impossible decision: turn in the person she loves most, or protect him and destroy herself. And she chooses him, not because it's right, but because walking away feels impossible. Every time Debra covers for Dexter, she loses a piece of who she used to be. By the final seasons, Debra is no longer chasing justice. She's drowning in guilt. She's broken, conflicted, and trapped in a role she never asked for. And the most painful part, Dexter sees what's happening, but still doesn't stop. For all his intelligence, Dexter fails in the one place that matters most. He believes protecting Debra means keeping her close, when in reality, letting her go might have saved her. His love wasn't cruel, but it was selfish. And that selfishness had consequences. In the end, Debra pays the price for loving someone she couldn't change. Her loyalty becomes her downfall, and Dexter is left with the one thing he never wanted: to live with what his love destroyed. So here's the question: did Debra ever truly have a choice? Or was loving Dexter always going to cost her everything? Debra's loyalty is tested like never before. Every day, she questions her choices. Every case, every investigation, every interaction with Dexter is layered with tension. She wants to believe the man she loves as a brother is good, but the evidence she sees, the doubts she feels, they slowly gnaw at her. Debra's struggle isn't just about law enforcement or morality. It's about identity. She's questioning who she is if she can no longer trust her own brother. Dexter, in turn, continues his delicate balancing act. He loves Debra, yes, but he cannot allow that love to expose him. Every lie, every omission, every protective act adds weight to the tension. What makes this relationship so tragic is that Dexter believes he is keeping her safe, when in reality, every secret slowly drives her to the brink. And then it happens. The truth edges closer. Debra starts noticing inconsistencies. Her instincts, honed from years as a detective, start screaming warnings. She begins to feel trapped by her loyalty, her love, her sense of duty, and by the very man she once relied on for guidance. Dexter is her brother, her protector, and her cage. By season 7, Debra's life becomes a constant moral battlefield. Protect Dexter and betray her own sense of justice, or expose him and shatter her world. This isn't a simple decision. It's a slow erosion of self. Each choice she makes chips away at the Debra we knew in season 1. Every step closer to covering for Dexter makes her question who she has become. By the final season, Debra is irrevocably changed. She has loved, she has trusted, and she has sacrificed more than anyone could have imagined. Dexter, ever the enigma, leaves behind consequences she cannot undo. The bond that once defined her life now haunts her existence. Their story isn't about a hero or a villain. It's about human fragility, about the costs of loyalty, even in the early seasons. There are subtle hints that Dexter is not like everyone else. He moves with precision, observes quietly, reacts strangely. Debra notices things, small things, but dismisses them. She trusts Dexter completely, believing he's the safe, dependable brother she's always relied on. Little does she know, her unwavering trust is setting the stage for the greatest betrayal she will ever face. About the costs of loyalty and the tragedy of misplaced trust. And here's the question for you, viewers. Was Debra's fate inevitable? Could she ever have truly escaped the shadow of Dexter? Or was her loyalty destined to destroy her? Comment below. Because no relationship in television history has been this complicated, this tragic, or this unforgettable.